Hello everyone, I hope you're keeping well. Welcome to the Northumberland coast. Oh, I love it up here, absolutely love it. And I'm up here with my friend Rick for about a week, and we're just going to be enjoying photographing this beautiful part of the world. Wonderful. Rocks! So happy in places like this, so happy. So yeah, this vlog is going to be a bit of a mix-up really. I think it's going to be a little bit of me on location, a little bit of video of the scenes, a little bit of voiceover, some slideshows, a bit of everything. And I hope you enjoy the images as much as I'm going to enjoy spending a few days up here photographing, because it's a stunning place, stunning place. So I'm going to leave it there. Let's start with some beautiful conditions we have on our first morning at the Holy Island Causeway, and then we'll see where the vlog goes from here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed these first images and video. All right. Wow, what a stunning way to start the trip. Holy Island Causeway is a place that I've never photographed successfully, so this was a really lovely experience for me. As you can see, the light was amazing. Beautiful blues, reds, magentas and oranges, along with the reflective mud and the graphic subjects of the postmarkers and the tide refuge made this a special morning. It's always good to get a trip underway with a great shoot. After shooting the causeway, we headed inland for a bit of a recce to check any places that we could possibly visit later in the week, if the conditions were right. At Duddo Hill we found some lovely scenes overlooking the undulating countryside. I've always associated Northumberland with the joys of the coast, but this trip inland gave me a new appreciation of the countryside of the area. A little later we visited a part of the River Till in hoping that there may be some nice soft light about. There wasn't any as such, but I did manage to get a couple of tree shots that I was happy with. But my main focus was on this section of the river, where these wonderful reflections kept my attention for a few shots. I liked how the reflections had a kind of Gustav Klimt feel to them. The light was pretty harsh and the temperature was really warm, but we headed to Cocklawburn Beach, where I filmed the intro for this vlog. It's a lovely beach just south of Bamburgh. I knew that at the very least there would be abstract images to shoot of the wonderful coastal geology here. I did try a couple of long exposure images, wider images including the sea and the rocks, but the sky was lacking some defined clouds, so I sought out patterns and shapes amongst the rocks instead. In the case of these images, they were all shot as single images at a small aperture. Sometimes I will focus stack these type of images, but I was happy to let certain areas fall out of focus. For the final shoot of the day, we headed back to Holy Island in anticipation of the same type of colourful sky that we'd had in the morning. Alas, it was not to be. But we had a great time shooting all the boats and fishing huts and all the fishing paraphernalia that is littered about here. As per usual for me, I shot lots of images at large apertures for a shallow depth of field and enjoyed hunting out abstract compositions. It was a great end to our first day. Good morning, guys. I hope you're keeping well. Day 2 in Northumberland with Rick. Wow, beautiful. I've been to this location a good few times. and had some incredible experiences. And today it's nice to get something different here. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Absolutely beautiful morning. As we drove along the road, the A1 from our accommodation, mist and fog everywhere, and so much mist and fog out to sea, you know, which is probably not what we expected this morning. But this is an absolute bonus. So it's an absolute pleasure to photograph Bamburgh Castle in these stunning conditions. Absolutely gorgeous. What a cracking start to the day. I think we've got a bit of a blue sky day today, so may not be the best day for photography, but if we get a start like this, then everything else is a bonus. So there'll be a few Bamburgh pictures, bit of footage. What a lovely morning. Hey. As I mentioned, another lovely start to a day. I remember Rick saying later in the week that he wasn't sure if he captured the mood of the morning, and I must admit that I don't think I have, except maybe in a couple of the images. Nonetheless, what a privilege to experience these conditions, and it was lovely to bump into my pal Grant. Hi Grant, wandering around in the fog. Another bonus was a fence. As you may or may not know, I do like a bit of fence photography, so combining a fence with dunes and fog was a bit of a bonus for me. Maybe I'll come to like the general images of the castle more with time. Oh guys, what an absolutely lovely second day. Superb morning at Bamburgh. Really, really brilliant. We went into a lovely woodland and can't quite remember the name at the moment, but I'll put it up now. Really nice walk through there. That's a lovely place to return to in certain conditions, really lovely. And then we finished up at Meb's Nook near Beadle, or I'm actually at Beadle. Lovely, lovely into the day. Bit misty still, a few long exposure stuff, using the rocks, all the lovely shapes. I think Rick's struggled with it a bit tonight, but hopefully he's okay now. Hopefully he's got himself sorted. But yeah, there should be some nice images from here. But it's been a very blue sky day, so it's not been the easiest conditions. But getting a little bit wilder tomorrow and a little bit colder. So hopefully we'll have something nice for you from day 3. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Ready for a beer. See you later. As mentioned by myself out on location, we spent part of the rather warm and blue sky afternoon exploring Kyloe woods. At first it was a bit of a struggle due to heat and the thickness of the woodland, but as we trundled on, images started to present themselves and I really enjoyed the visit, and I hope I'll get the chance to return. As me and Rick always say, it'd be great in fog. It was lovely to finish the day here. Conditions were a little misty and I think we were probably a little tired due to the heat of the day, but I concentrated on a couple of areas of this lovely promontory and enjoyed watching the action of the sea against the honeycomb coloured rocks. We definitely deserved a beer or two after today though. Good morning everyone, I hope you're all keeping well. Day 3 in Northumberland. Today we're at Spittal Beach near Berwick-upon-Tweed. It's a very grey day, nothing that we haven't been used to in Norfolk over the last few months. What a poor winter we've had in Norfolk, so this makes it's just nice to be somewhere grey, but somewhere with rocks and somewhere with a bit of moody sky. And of course, Spittal Beach is famous for its wonderful rock formations, so that'll be some nice abstracts to shoot. And we've got some crashing waves. Yeah, long exposure stuff. Coastal abstracts. It's a good start to the day, that'll do. I think we're going to head north, we're going to cross the border today. Have a look around St Abbs, maybe Coldingham area. And it's going to be a sort of a, geology day, I think. Geology coastal day. But this is lovely. Rick's over there playing in the waves. I'm gonna do some abstracts here, I think. Yeah, just a great morning. Hopefully this sound is coming over through. So I hope you like the images from here. And yeah, this will do for me. This was only my second or third shoot at Spittal, and I really enjoyed this visit despite the rather chilly and grey conditions. Whilst the conditions were not great for wider images, I must admit I'm really happy with the image of the lighthouse at Berwick-upon-Tweed. Grey soft light meant that it was perfect for shooting the amazing geology to be found on the beach here. I do believe there was more rock showing here than on my previous visits, so I was a happy abstract shooting photographer. I've probably not processed half of the images from previous shoots here, but I am sure they would have been taken using focus stacking. So this time I adopted a one image policy and either shot using a small aperture and hoped as much as possible would be in focus, or I shot at a large aperture and carefully focused on the area that I wanted as the main subject. I could have shot here all day. Well guys, it's been a challenging morning. A little bit grey, but I think we've got some nice stuff at Spittal. Spittal was absolutely wonderful. We had a little go round at Eyemouth. There's some potential there. I think we were a little bit thwarted by the rather moody weather. A lot of spray, difficult, but God, there's some lovely landscapes to go back to there, or coastscapes, or whatever you want to call them. Fantastic. Now we've taken a lovely walk from Coldingham, and this is the scene before us. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that gorgeous sea stack, crazy waves, beautiful light. What a lovely afternoon this is going to be. We were going to go to St Abbs today, but that's not going to happen now because we're having such a good time here, and we don't want to hurry St Abbs because that's such a wonderful place in itself. So we'll give that some time another time. So for now, let's put up some Coldingham pictures, and I hope you've enjoyed the other images from earlier on in the day. Great day, and the weather, yeah, breaking. Could be a very nice end of day. Okay. What a lovely location. The whole coast from Coldingham south to Eyemouth warrants future exploration. But we certainly made the best of our time here, and staying put rather than rushing off somewhere else was a great decision. The sea spray was an absolute nightmare, and any more images I have to process will need a little bit of work to remove that slight softness that comes from shooting with a spray-coated lens. We finished the day in the small bay close to Coldingham village. Wonderful conditions, a spectacular sea, gorgeous clouds and light. What a great end to our third day. And this, guys, is where I'll sign off for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment or a like if you've enjoyed this video. It'd be really appreciated. I'll be back soon with part 2 from Northumberland and Berwickshire. Until then, take care for now.